TheRapScene.com. I am Frank 5D, the anomaly sworn solemnly, high snobbity, and few and far in between do we get someone like today's guest, y'all. A true MC in every right. He mixes the sophisticated with the sinister, um, and has the presence of like a refined revolutionary sort of set. Hip hop is his drug of choice. He's worked and toured with some of the best artists in this game, some of the best artists the game has ever known. We want to say peace to Kingdomkome. What up, sir?
Peace, family. Thanks for the introduction. Honored to be here, my brother. All is well, man.
That's what's up. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, brother. It's a beautiful day. We're alive. Sun is shining. My team plays today. I'm back home in Miami. Life is good, brother.
That's what it is. Who's your team?
Argentina.
There we go. I'm just excited to have you on. Thank you for rocking. Tell the people in your own words where you're from and what you do.
Yeah, no doubt. So my name's Kingdom Come, originally from Argentina, raised in Miami all my life from 10 months old. So Miami is what I rep, 305 worldwide. And, just out here preserving the culture and pushing forward and trying to create art for the people.
Love. Um, Born in Argentina. Have you been there as not a baby?
Yeah. So I was born there. My parents left when I was like 10 months old. We came down to Miami. I went back when I was like 8 or 9. I was there close to a year. And when I was around 16, I was there for close to a year. And I went, I've been going back down at least 2 times a year the past few years. Got some tourists out there and stuff. I'll be back later on this year. So, yeah, man. Eventually hope to make the pilgrimage fully back, but
School me. All I know about Argentina is Spanish, Messi, and Buenos Aires. What should stateside hip hop know about Argentina?
oh man, so South America, in itself is some of the most purest hip hop. Like you see a lot of the OGs going out there to tour, Argentina, Colombia, Brazil, Chile. Just the love and the energy they give for true, authentic hip hop is amazing. There's a huge underground movement there, even from when I was a kid early on. There's a lot of new school cats making a lot of waves that I've been working with, and now the scene out there is bubbling. Um, I think it's the epicenter for Latin hip hop right now, honestly. So to be a part of it and work with a bunch of artists down there is really rewarding, and it's kind of like a new breath of fresh air for me. So just trying to tap in, show love to the people coming up there, all the artists, and yeah, no, we're very passionate about food, culture, football, music. A lot of culture and history out there that people don't know about. So just try to shine a little light on that.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I'd love to go one day in my life. What's going on in Miami? I feel like people who aren't from Miami think it's all Scarface and Vice City. Tell us what's
Uh,
really happening in Miami.
I mean, yeah, there's that aspect of it. I was raised here all my life. I moved to the Carolinas about 10 years ago just to kind of get away from what's going on now, the gentrification and just the displacement of true Miamians. I saw this coming 10 years ago where it's like Tokyo out here now. Everything's going up. You got that aspect of Miami, everyone comes out here and they hit South Beach or the beach, but um, it's Miami's grimy. I mean, being raised here in the 80s and 90s, you know, I feel like being raised here, and going through what I did as a youth, it's like, you could put me anywhere in the world. We adapt a little quicker. It's definitely school of hard knocks out here. Miami was 80s and 90s was brutal, and the hip hop and the graffiti scene that I came up in. But there's no place like it on earth, man. I travel all over the states and all over the country, internationally, and I always say it. I was like, Miami is not the United States. You got the U.S. and you got Miami, and it's definitely not Florida. People are like, you from Florida? I'm like, no, from Dade County. It's a whole nother world. So it's an extension of the Caribbean and Latin America. We kind of abide by our own rules here. It can get crazy. As much as I love it, leaving was the best thing that could have happened probably for my career and for my family.
Mm.
It's just you got to have 20 hustles out here to make it, and it's just it's tough out here, man. especially
We,
with the gentrification that's kind of going on everywhere. Miami's been hit hard.
we all still want to go. Everybody still, gets down
There's
to
no place like it, fam. You know what I'm saying? I love it to death. It's my heart. I take it everywhere I go. But live here again. Now I just come in like a tourist. I come in for a couple weeks. I do some studio work. I shoot some visuals. I eat the food I miss. I can go to the beach like I never used to go.
yeah.
Make my rounds, and then I go back to the mountains in North Carolina, where it's peaceful. You know what I'm saying?
Miami
Especially
also
with the
has a huge hip hop lineage. Where do you rank Miami as far as influential cities in the culture?
fam. We're top 3 to 5 easily. Like we have a hip hop history that predates a lot of stuff. Honestly, like the influx of New York here, obviously, but we have our own sound, and we've always had it. Even before like bass music and booty music, in the '70s and '80s, it was a huge b-boy scene out here. Miami graffiti scene is to me top 3 in the world
Yeah,
for the vastness of style writers, originators, creators. And the hip hop scene, we got a little bit of everything. I was raised on Two Live Crew, and even though people think I'm from New York and I got an up north flow, it's just that's kind of what I gravitated.
yeah,
Like the era I'm from. Listening to Cool G Rap and Poor Righteous Teachers and Public Enemy. That's what I grew up on. That's what I love. But I was also heavily influenced by Poison Clan and Two Live Crew and Souls of Mischief and King T out on the West Coast. So it's like we had this crazy fusion of influence from all the coasts, but then we do have our own sound, and
yeah.
there's a very rich hip hop history here, and there's a lot of dope MCs out here, past, present, and future, So always trying to shine light on the 305 because it's everywhere. We started from the bottom, we worldwide now.
Word up. So break down your beef with Rick Ross.
My beef with Rick Ross?
Yeah. Why you
I
don't
don't
like
got
Rick?
no. I love Rick Ross. That's the homie.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
notes said. Okay, no wait. I'm really gonna start smacking my assistant, man.
No,
Nah,
Ross is the
man.
homie, man. Like I came up with Ross. I remember Ross. Carol City, Miami Gardens Day, the whole Carol City cartel. That's fam right there.
We like Ross and bullshit, man. Nah, but
Yeah.
I'm
And
old enough to
honestly,
remember like Poison Clan, the Page Two Live Crew,
the
Uncle
Vega Two Live
Al.
Crew.
Like,
To
I'm,
me, JT Money. You talk about Southern rappers. It's JT Money and Scarface. That's
mhm.
the two kings. But I don't like how people try to shit on Ross. Honestly, like he's top tier lyricist,
I
and he
think
definitely put it. He grinded. You know what I'm saying? He grinded. Ghost wrote for a lot of people. I remember him back in the day writing for a lot of the slip and slide artists, and he definitely put in his work. And he's a top tier lyricist. Shout out to Ross and the whole Carol City cartel.
right. Shout out to him. All right. It's time for the hard hitting questions. Kingdom Come.
Let's go.
Where would hip hop have started if it didn't start in New York?
Oof, that's a hard one, fam. I mean, I'd like to even say, Jamaica, honestly, with the sound clash and the DJs, that's the true origin. And then, sprinkled out to New York and the Bronx and all the boroughs. But I feel like every city had their own. You can't take away from the Mecca of New York of what it is. But I feel like it's such a powerful movement even before what it was. This is religion, bro. I say it all the time. Hip hop is my religion. It's a uniting force of all colors, creeds, people. No matter what you're from, it unites everybody. So I think it's too big globally to if there was no New York, if the DJs and the Sound Clash cats from Jamaica didn't go back to New York, I feel like it would have sprinkled out like it did. Houston, Chicago, Miami, LA, obviously. But I think it's too big to, if there was no New York, we'd still be at where we're at. I personally think it just.
Yeah. That's the first answer I've ever gotten from anywhere that's not in the States. Everybody always says LA. I've got New Jersey a couple of times, and I really think it would be like somewhere ancillary to New York, if not upstate New York, then like a Philly or New Jersey, somewhere like that. But
Yeah, Phil.
Definitely.
for
Good
sure.
answer, yo. I always wonder what hip hop would look like if it were born in another country. Like we would have like some Americanized thing, to the point because we'd have made it our own, and then it would sound nothing like the original, and we'd never even know
Kind
the
of like
difference.
English rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. So tight. You reside in North Carolina now. You said.
I
Give the
do,
people your
sir.
home address.
You can find me wherever. I'm in Blue Ridge Mountains in Western North Carolina. Just a peaceful, beautiful place. I've been up there almost 10 years now, but I'm
Yeah.
always back and forth between there and Miami.
You ever seen those brown mountain lights? The UFOs over there? No.
I've seen some weird shit out there. There's definitely a little vortex of energy in those Blue Ridge Mountains that definitely attracts certain anomalies and things. So yeah, I've seen a couple little things out there that was a little. Now whether it's you want to go down the rabbit hole, whether it's government stuff or whether it's you know some kind of beings, that's a whole nother story or question we can dive into.
I don't know, man. I feel like you might know a bit about it. You shot the video for Supreme Sorcerers at the Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah, 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 most
I
definitely. That
did it
was
like 2016 or so. Well, what'd you make of it?
I've been that was Ebleton, Georgia, where that's at. I've been there a couple times,
Mm,
just to do the science, and I delve deep into the esoteric and occult studies. Very interesting, very interesting. Even more so interesting how from one day to the next they brought that bitch down as
yeah, for
kind of like seals have been opened, kind of type of thing. But yeah, it was definitely a mile marker for those in the know. You know.
what did it all mean?
I mean, if you break what the guide stones,
Yeah,
for me it was just these Satanists and occultists just putting in your face like they always do. There's 9 or 10 different Sanskrit. You got Hebrew. You got Islam. On each side, it's written. Basically their viewpoint. Depopulate humanity by a certain year, establish one world religion, totalitarian system, one form of currency, and then everything really aligns. The North Star, you can view it from this. It's very Masonic how everything is aligned architecturally and what
yeah,
it points to. And that area of Georgia is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
right.
So it's really interesting if you dig deep and start like connecting pieces and everything. Yes, they just like flaunting things. I think we've gotten to a point where we've been so programmed and conditioned as a people that they're out in the open with everything, and it's like they just put in your face. We've been dumbed down so much that it's like you ain't gonna do nothing. Here you go. We flaunting it now. And
Man,
that's
that's that's a
kind of
whole
what it is.
discussion, especially with what happened yesterday. It,
Fam,
it's
I've
of
seen
course,
that movie already. I know
yeah,
that movie. That's
right.
Wag the Dog, fam. Get the fuck
Mhm.
out of here. But we could go on a tangent for hours on this. You starting to, you know, for
Well,
sure.
let's just kind of switch gears just a little bit.
Yeah,
It is, of course, classic conspiracy theory material. And you were also in front of a Masonic temple in that video. The stonework on
yeah,
the monument in granite, there's a clear connection regardless of how deep it goes. But here's
yeah.
my totally unrelated question. If you were to
Hmm.
commission a four-sided hip hop guide stone with one verse on each side, which four verses would go up?
Of mine or just all around?
Just all around. Hip hop guide stone.
You a motherfucker for that one, Lord. That's fucking. Ooh, that's a good one, fam. Well, I'd have to put Rockin paid in full.
Thinking of a master plan.
Probably verse one. Wow, this is a fucking monolith of a question. All puns intended. Um, I'd probably put Prodigy's "Hell on Earth" his first verse,
Mm,
or verse three maybe. Just or even Shook Ones. It might have to be Shook Ones actually. Yeah, I'll take that back. Shook Ones.
okay.
Prodigy on Shook Ones. Rakim paid in full. Man, Scarface's I think it was on the World Is Yours album. That last track is like 6, 7 minutes long, where he's just breaking down his whole story. I think it's Now I Feel You. Is that it? Hold on. Yeah, Scarface. Now I Feel You. Verse one or verse two. Best
Okay.
storytelling ever. Um, man, it's a toss up between Cool G Rap, Road to Riches, or a KRS verse, and I'm trying to think which one.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Cool G Rap, Road to Riches.
Okay.
Man, that might be the most. Because I always get the yo, who's your top three, top five, top 10, but that is like that's even more in depth, where it's like, oh Lord,
You got to put the hard hit. You got to ask the hard hitting questions. And
I see where you're coming.
that's
I
what I'm here
respect that.
for.
I respect that, my brother.
Good, good, good. Hip hop Godstones. There also was a capsule buried there at the site. What's going in your capsule at the site of the Hip Hop Godstones from this year of our Lord 2024? You got a bunch of gems in your cave, whatever you'd want to put in it. I mean, it don't have to
So
be, like, from this year, but just what's going in there, like if you made the capsule.
I'd have to put not the album I got dropping next week, the Malbec 2 album with Ruin, which is I think my best solo album to date. I'd have to
Mhm.
put the album I'm dropping after, which is Los Chicos Criollos. That's the Spanglish group I do with my partner Che Uno. We got an album called Dios Sucio that to me is the hardest shit that's gonna come out this year. So I'm gonna say that Dios Sucio. I'm gonna say I really like that new Conway album, the Slant Face Killer. That shit is a solid project all the way through.
Mhm.
Um, so I really like this is like real left field with it, but I really like these two twin sisters called EBA. They're Afro-Cuban French. They released a new album, which I love those sisters right there. That and Santi Gold put out an album called Spirits, and I love both of them. So I'm throwing that in there just because.
Well,
Um,
there you got it, people. Kingdom Comes, Hip Hop Godstones, and the capsule to go with it. You mentioned Malbec Dos. Very nice, dope tape,
yes,
man.
sir.
I got the advance, excellent project. It feels like an obvious extension of part one. Um,
Yes.
a couple years between the Malbecs. What's different this time around?
So, like I mentioned it before, it's fully produced by my DJ and producer Ruin. Even though I produce as well, so we kind of produced a lot of it together. That first one we dropped was kind of like a culmination of us saying, "Yo, we've never put a full package of Kingdom Come and Ruin together." So that's what Malbec was, and I feel with this album we just really worked hand in hand with the entire project, and it's really 3 degrees above the first album in terms of the consistency, a well-rounded project. I feel like a lot of people just chase singles and drop singles. This is a full package. It's a conceptual album. It's a body of work. It's a piece of art. That's how I treated it. With every song, with the sequencing, with the arrangements, with the track listing, with the art, with everything. So I'm really proud of it. I think it's my best well-rounded solo album to date, and I'm just really hyped for people to check it out. We've been dropping a single and video every 2 weeks up until the release of the album next week. So there's like 4 or 5 videos and singles out right now that are bubbling, getting a lot of love, and just trying to bring awareness to the project. Vinyl's coming out this week, so pre-order links will be up on my website. So just really hyped to bring this one to life, um, and share it with the people, man.
Beautiful concept. I saw the red wine vinyl, the
Yeah,
limited edition. The nah, but everything's pretty much top notch. Just like you said, I couldn't have described it any better. I
appreciate it,
always
brother.
say that the chemistry between an MC and a producer is one of the things that are like a hallmark of a great effort. Ruin doesn't
100%.
once again. Can you talk about the cohesion and the symbiosis between you two with your history of music making? Why
Yeah,
did it take
totally.
so long to put part one together?
He had produced on a lot of projects of mine prior. Like he'll do all my DJ cuts, and I've been using his production for even before we started making music. When I early on in my coming ups, when I had a few record labels down here in Miami, he always produced on there. We always worked together. He was more on the DJ side of stuff. He didn't take beat making and production serious till maybe 10, 15 years ago. And he's progressed immensely as a producer. I feel like no one's. Can I curse here?
Yeah, come on. What
Oh,
you
okay,
got?
okay. I feel like no one's fucking with Ruin. Like his ear for just like I feel like he puts me in a certain zone. We have a sound we created together. It's like really grimy gutter boom bap shit like that element he puts me in. But then we'll do some clubby Miami records. Just if it feels right, it feels right. That's how I make music. I don't like to be pigeonholed or anything. Like to me, music's a mood and it's an extension of how you feel. So and then being a Libra, I'm always trying to balance. And there's different facets of myself I try to put out in music, and as long as it's honest, I do it. But yeah, the sound we have together, I think, is really refined because of our personal history together as a friendship. And like when we get in the studio, we'll cook up some cuts to a joint. I'll have an idea on some Gangstar Premier shit. Like, yo, here's the cuts I want to use. Let's build a song around that. Or we'll just work on the fly and dig for samples for a couple days and just go on that tangent and just you know, go on the craziest loop finding uh, holes, So like we work real tightly and close together, and I think it's reflected in the music because he puts me in a comfortable zone. We bang out 3, 4, 5 tracks every time we link up, so and real quick. So we got a good working chemistry together.
Beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Cheers. You see, I had to get
Yep.
right for
Salud, my brother.
yeah,
Salud.
right
Cheers. Buen
for
provecho.
just like part one. There's a lot of features, but the only
Mhm.
returning character is Salazar. But
Yeah.
I mean, this time around, you got Planet Asia, you got DU Ivan, you got Che
Yep.
Uno. What's your
Yep.
favorite track on the album?
Um, so my favorite track on the album is probably the Zip 'Em Up joint with Planet Asia,
Hmm.
and then the last joint, which is a little more like a deeper track, I'd say, on the album.
Yeah.
On the first Malbec album, I wanted initially my thought for it. It only has Miami MCs featured on it, right? So it was my way of kind of shouting out the local scene here and everybody that's hustling and making moves out here and putting on for the city. With part two, that's what I originally wanted to do, but I ended up scrapping some joints and making some adjustments. So the only features that really aren't Miami artists is the Argentina Coke single that's out now with my brother Nico is. He's from Orlando, so it's close enough. That's Orlando's still Florida's family.
Word. Thank you again. Dope art, dope album, dope project. It feels like just yesterday
I
when I
appreciate
inspired you to record it, yo. Like, nah, I'm just kidding. Um, you're,
it. Hey,
you're a low life. How does it feel to be a part of one of the most influential hip hop fashion collectives, the Low
I mean,
Lifes?
it's fly shit only over here. I feel like I've been doing it forever, and apart from being, I consider myself a hip hop historian and student of the game. I've always been a collector and preserver of fly things. I feel like fashion is the hip hop element that doesn't get enough shine. I think that's where everything originated from because it all came on like being fly and dope. So to me, that's always been being a low life. I mean, like I was saying, being a Latino kid, I equate it back to being my 13, 14-year-old self, familiarizing myself with being a fan first of Thurston Howell and the Low Lives, to being, brought in by Thurston Howell himself into the crew is a huge honor and a blessing. I've been collecting polo and park right there, Papa. I've been collecting polo and hip hop fashion stuff since I was a kid. So it was a natural fit. I feel like what the movement we got going on right now is, like you said, the biggest in the game. I think is on some like following in the footsteps of Rocksteady and the Zulu Nation. Um, we got chapters all over the world, and the connections in the game is crazy. So it's a beautiful thing, and it's always for the love of hip hop and honor and respect, which we do it with. So we love
Right.
we love hip hop, like everybody that's involved. And even though it started as a criminal element organization, now it's evolved to chapters all over the world, and men of business and upright, righteous men, and that's what we deal with.
A
At this
fraternity
point in
in
the
its
game.
own right. Hip
Yeah,
hop's
it's
fraternity.
a
Yeah.
hip hop fraternity for sure, for sure. Exactly, it's exactly what it is. And,
What's your favorite polo piece that you ever had?
the you said my favorite or the what'd you say that
Or
again?
your favorite? What's the favorite that you've ever had?
Everyone says the snow beach, but to me, I'm a fan of like the polo sportsman stuff from the '80s. Like I got these button downs, like the polo sportsman and the polo country and like the polo ski sportsman. Um, that's to me is like my favorite pieces. Like they're pieces of art. So every once in a while, I'll just pull them out the closet, even if I don't wear it. I'll just bask in the beauty of it.
That's tight, man. Mine was a sweater. It was real simple. It had like the horse right here, and on the back, big as hell, it said U.S. Polo Association with the flag. No, I'm bullshit.
You trolling. That's the fake low. We don't do the fake low.
I'm bullshitting, man. Curated vintage. Always dope when people catalog and deal in a dope gem from the past.
Yeah, the curated vintage thing, like I was saying, it's just a culmination of my passion for collecting for hip hop. I source and sell to a lot of like vintage shops, and then I'm more of a collector. So like you come to my crib, like I was saying, it's like a hip hop museum, bro. I got relics upon relics in my crib, and it's just dope shit maybe that I couldn't afford as a kid, whether it's like Transformers or GI Joes or vintage rap posters or books or rap T-shirts. Like my Two Live Crew collection is ridiculous, with
Nice.
tour jackets and rap tees and stuff like that. So, it's to me it's an extension of what I love. Hip hop, fashion, cannabis. I intertwine all the hustles into one. Um,
You should go on. You should go on Destroy show, showing off your gem.
oh,
Show off your.
that's the homie. We were supposed to do it a couple times, man. I haven't had time, but shout out to Destroy and show off your gems.
Mhm.
So definitely a good brother right there. We don't
Right.
spoke about some exclusive pieces. Definitely.
You talk about how hip hop keeps you young, and that just feels like an extension of it. Tell me about how long has hip hop been keeping you young?
Oh, brother, 100%. Like I'm in my mid 40s, and like sometimes people like, bro, you don't look it, but I feel like it keeps my heart youthful. Um, it's the way we dress, the way I cook, the way I look at life is hip hop as fuck in every sense of it. And I feel like, doing music and it's creating. To me it's just creation. If I'm not creating something, I'm stagnant. So whether it be music, whether it be something with the vintage game, to how I dress, how I cook, how I style, to me it's all hip hop and creation and keeping it fly.
Right.
So I think that just keeps me a youthful heart, and really, I'm just a big kid, bro. I just like to have fun, um, enjoy life, man. We feud over the most bullshit things, non-consequential things, and no matter how grimy and hard this journey gets, it's beautiful, bro. So I just want to be thankful and appreciate every moment.
Thank you, King. Most definitely. Um, Flipping the script on that, there's been a discourse between a few rap legends in the media where the current discussion of Latin people's place in the founding of hip hop.
Oh man, come on. That's what I was saying. We've been there from inception, and like I said, hip hop's a uniting force. It's black culture. It's black music. Of course it is. But Puerto Ricans and Latinos were there from day one. Um, graffiti, breaking, MCing, DJing, all elements. We're thoroughly involved. It's original people stuff. So I mean, and again, it's a uniting factor. There's a place for everybody in this, but we were there from creation too, man. We helped build this. So um, yeah, those comments, I'm just like, get out of here, bro.
I agree. How
And
about
I'm a
white?
fan of Buddy, but some people just want to hear their voice
How
for
about
the.
white?
How about what?
How about white people?
What
Same.
about what? How they're the biggest purchasers of the culture, everything, or what? Just in general?
Yeah, just their place in the founding of hip hop.
I mean, you gotta. The way I see it, if you're cut up on some race shit, you're already lost. But you got to do the knowledge on what's what, like even with history and the course of of Caucasians and their history and their warish tendencies. Regardless, fam, like everybody can exist in this. Hip hop is all encompassing, you know. And I
Yeah.
don't like to get caught up in like skin color or religion or all that stuff because I see people for what they bring to the table, not what they are. Skin color don't mean nothing. That's even white. Being white is a construct of society. There's no white people, bro. We're all melanated in some form, just different hues. And have white people been there from the inception of hip hop? Maybe not. No, definitely guess. I think, but at this point, it's such a big movement that how you gonna tell a kid in Belgium or anywhere that grew up on this, that loves hip hop passionately, that preserves the culture. Like you got people in Europe and South America that emulate what we lived and went through and like preserve the culture. So I mean, no, I think it's all encompassing. Everybody's welcome in this. There's no. That's the beauty of hip hop. That's why they're pushing certain agendas and why we got the dumb down and what we got going on now because it's so powerful, bro. Even then Wise Intelligence talk about that the assassination of hip hop and where the game shifted and when money got involved. It's too powerful, so they had to infiltrate a little bit.
Right here.
That's the God right there.
You
Shout
sure
out to
did.
Wise Intelligence. That's my brother right there. That's one
So,
of my biggest influences too, man.
well, I do appreciate that, man, because and good insight. Because my mom is white, so I appreciate you for
And
opening
my
the
son
door.
is half Jamaican, so he's biracial too, bro.
And you're right, dude. I feel like it's just a race baiting discussion, honestly. And don't get me wrong, people should be having discourse, but
Sure.
it's like, so what if anyone is a guest in hip hop? Like, so fucking what? We hear and it always sounds like the Lord Jamars of the world are talking down on people when they make those disparaging remarks, like, and that
Yep.
shit, especially from like someone like him, like.
That's supposed to have knowledge of self and all this. Where it's like, come on, fam, you caught
And
up in the
I
bullshit.
always refer to hip hop as this thing of ours,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what it is, all of ours. And shout out to you for being like the antithesis of that notion.
Of course, brother. It's black music. It's black culture. Everything in America is, bro. You know, like that's why I said you got to do the knowledge on the true history of things, and you can't sleep on. Yo, is this like this? Yes, it is. But at the end of the day, this is a uniting culture movement of all religions, all creeds, all and if you love hip hop and you preserve it, I don't give a fuck where you from, what God you pray to. I look at you as a man, how you stand on your word, your integrity, what's in your heart. That's the gold right there. Everything else, fuck out of here, bro.
It's what it is. Hands up emoji.
Boom. You already know, my brother. Love is love, always. We deal in love. We don't deal in division.
So, how long have you been growing your beard?
So the locks and the beard has been about 15, 16, 17 years. I had locks from the age I was 15 up until I was 37 or 38. I cut them off. So I was growing them for 22, 23 years. I had them down to the floor. And I cut them in honor of my mother when she passed away as kind of just a way to release and honor her. Like a lot of the Nagas in India and a lot of spiritual men, like when their mentor or their teacher passes, they kind of shave their head and cut their hair. So it was just a way to honor my mother. I cut the locks and I started to let the beard lock up and grow and kind of balance out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
Funny story, man. Once upon a time, like in the mid 2000s, I grew a beard, and I'd like to look more awkward than I do now. It was the craziest thing that ever happened in life, man.
well,
No, but that's dope. How much money would I have to raise on GoFundMe to get you at that masterpiece?
fam. My son tells me all the time, he's like, Dad, you need to cut this thing off. And I'm like, nah, man, it's my superpower, bro. You know?
1,000.
Yeah.
2,000.
As of now, like I always thought I would never chop off my locks. Like, I was never gonna cut my nati off. You hear me? Sorry. I would have never thought I would have cut my locks off, but because of what happened, I did it. So I never say never. There might come a day where it's they go.
Well, I mean, all of this money is going to a single community organization of your choosing. 5,000.
Nah.
If 5 people ran a 5K race, would you cut it?
Nah. It's.
Cut it for
I mean,
a 5K.
eventually, maybe it'd have to be a little deeper. Maybe on my 50th, maybe after a certain milestone. But nah, I love my locks, and the ladies like it too much, so I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna be vain on this one and keep them.
Well, that's what's up, man. We're gonna what I was trying to ask is, being that your style is been like it is for a while, and as worldly as it is, who should we be looking for coming up in Miami?
Ben, there's a lot of dope MCs out here that have been grinding as long as me. That are really dope. Shout out to my brother Shotty. He's one of Miami's top elites. The homie Money Mowgli. That's family right there. There's a lot of other artists, Salazar, and a lot of up and coming artists that are definitely making a name for themselves out here, that are top tier. But yeah, it's Miami versus the world. We've always been like that, but I feel like, how every city, it's always been like a crab in a barrel thing. The reason why Atlanta was able to thrive so much, everyone was like working with each other. I feel like Miami's at that point now where we're like, yo, the world's starting to take notice of what we got. And I always show love to, if you from the crib or you from Miami, even Broward, South Florida, I'm always around. I take calls. I talk to young artists coming up. I try to help out as best as I can. But I think we definitely got a strong movement down here. And I'm just honored to be a part of it. And, I rep Miami everywhere I go. And I'm always putting on for the crib. So definitely.
You got to do like that. You got to do that. You got to do that for the hometown, especially when it comes to like reaching out to the younger artists,
That's what I think is wrong with the current sound now. Like, people will be like, yo, hip hop's dead, it's the worst it's ever been. You listening to the radio, fam. If you're listening to some of the best music is being put out right now, there's amazing artists in the underground that are amazing, fam. Like, I don't like to be stuck on that predated sound. Let the 90s live. I think we have a renaissance of the boom bap era here. There's so many dope artists all across the states that that I've worked with, that I'm looking forward to work with, that are just killing it. Hip hop's better than it's ever been, fam. But back to that, what I was saying is the OGs. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think some of these young kids, like the shit my son listens to, fam. I went to a Ken Carson concert. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's Playboy Cardi's artist. That's the first time I felt old, where I'm like, yo, these kids are on some like emo punk rock shit, which I dig. Every 10 years the sound changes, and I'm not one of those old cats that be like, yo, this shit's whack or whatever. But if the music's whack, it's fucking whack. But I think it's due to there's no OGs being like, yo, homie, what are you doing, bro? Like, if you in this game of ours, if you're rapping in hip hop, you gotta know, you gotta do the history and respect this culture and art form. Because if not, if it's a money grab, cool. Then let that be known. That's cool. There's a hustle. I'm glad all these young kids are coming up, making money. It's dope. But you gotta respect the culture and know the history of it. And that's where I think some of these young cats don't have OGs in their corner. Like, yo, man, you moving funny. You know about this. You know about this. So I try to always put on the young kids and listen, man, because everything. Eh, the youth just need a little direction sometimes, fam.
Sometimes, I mean, most of the time, no, but it does take people like you and I who hip hop has helped keep youthful to be that bridge,
Yeah,
because
bro, a
saying
hundred
that
percent. This
the
shit
youth,
saved my life, bro. So like, how am I not gonna go back and return it, bro? Like, hip hop saved my life, bro. 100%. So I love it. I love it, and I'm always carry on tradition and try to help those under me coming up and be that be that OG.
and stay here to be that bridge and bridge the gap between the old and the new, and the
A hundred
contemporary
percent.
and the modern,
A
because
hundred
if it
percent.
wasn't for us acknowledging the new generation, we might all get even more lost than we are right now.
Yeah, yeah,
And
you're
same
right.
for those in the next generation looking back, just like you said, this thing might be beyond our reach if that's not happening.
You
But that
absolutely right.
we want to wrap it up. We've been on for a minute now.
No, it's all good, man. I've been honored. Sorry about the technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? I had set this time apart. You know what I'm saying? But
You all
I
Gooch, man. Well,
appreciate it.
we got Malbec too dropping this coming Friday. Where can
Malbec 2, the 19th of July, out on all streaming platforms. All the singles and video are out now. Crushed Grapes, Buen Provecho featuring Che Uno and Ason Eastwood. You got We So Fresh with Salazar. We got Argentina Coke that just dropped with my brother Nico Is. Go spin that. And then Money on My Mind drops the day before the album drops on the 18th. That's going to be the last single featuring my homegirl Charlie St. Cloud. It's going to be the lead single to the album. And then little hidden egg next month. We got the Malbec Deluxe album dropping with 5 new joints. Extra little video for the people out there. Keep the excitement rolling for the vinyl. Vinyl dropping this week. Twitter and Instagram, y'all can hit me up. It's Kingdom Come. Come is with a K. KingdomKome. Facebook's Kingdom Come Music. The website's kingdomcomemusic. All the links, the videos, YouTube over 60, 70 music videos. Get yourself familiar. Tap in and yeah, holla at me for anything. Always looking for features, bookings. I'm always available.
bada bing, bada boom. That's what we got, people. Follow Kingdom Come on all the
Boom.
platforms, or we gonna transfer my defaulted PPP loan into your name, son. Nah, but
Yo, shout out to
follow me, Frank Fabni, on any app you can tap. Thanks for checking out the rap scene. Until next time, positive energy activates, constant elevation.
Boom. Yo, peace, God. Salute, Frank Stern. Peace.